Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are making some fried noodles. These are going to be Nigerian style fried noodles, not no ordinary fried noodles, West African with a little bit of spice. So if you want to know how to make these, keep on watching. First thing I'm going to do is soak 300 grams of vermicelli noodles into a bowl of hot water. It definitely shouldn't be boiling. It just needs to be hot enough for the noodles to soften. I like to use a spatula just to make sure all the noodles actually gets soaked in the water to soften in time for when I need it later. Now we can move on to prepping the main ingredients. I like to keep my cooking time as low as possible, so using cooked chicken works perfectly for me. If you like, you can always cook your own chicken from scratch and just cut it up into chunks the same size about this. Now that this is done, I'm just going to put the chicken back into the bowl and keep it for later. Grab a small bundle of spring onions and roughly chop them about 2 inches long. These go into a separate bowl because I'll be adding the spring onions almost to the end of the stir fry. This is where the heat comes in. Scotch bonnet, atarodo for my Nigerians. If you don't want the heat but want to keep the flavour, just get rid of the seeds and give this a chop, making sure there are no hidden chunks. You definitely don't want to be the one to eat that. I like the heat, so I'm keeping them in. I defrosted 1 cup of mixed vegetables and put the Scotch bonnet in the same bowl. I'm using 1 whole onion for this recipe. Cut it in half and roughly slice it. Usually I add the onions into the mixed vegetable bowl, but today I decided to put them in the spring onion bowl. Doesn't matter, either way it's going to taste great. Using 1 bell pepper, I'm just going to cut this in half, remove the core and then slice slightly thin. I want these to cook but still have a nice crunch to them. I'm just going to add the peppers to a separate bowl. I'm going to keep this till I'm ready to start cooking. I'm using about 1 cup of prawns. You should be able to find these at your local Asian supermarket. Now that the prep is done, back to the noodles. If they've been sitting there for a while, it's fine. This is why we use hot water, just to control the cooking process. Drain the noodles. You can see I'm using my hands to loosen the noodles. This makes it so much easier to handle while cooking. In a large wok or non-stick pan, add ½ cup of oil. Let this come to a high heat. And then add your first bowl of vegetables. Give this a quick stir. Go in with your chicken, onions, but keep the spring onions till later, and prawns. Give this a quick stir and then add some seasoning. Add about a teaspoon of minced garlic. Mix this all together. You might want to drop the heat down a little bit. Now that it's all coming together, the red peppers and spring onions, and give this a quick stir for about a minute. I'm adding half the noodles in now. Using a tongue and spatula, it really allows me to get into the noodles. Adding the remaining noodles into the wok. You just need to continue stirring the noodles until it's well mixed. At this point, the noodles are still hard. I'm adding 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. And then turning the heat up so it can steam and soften a little bit more. Bring the bottom noodles to the top and steam for about another minute. Now it's time to plate up. The noodles are cooked to perfection. Veg are rich in colour and still crunchy. And those prawns, ooh, pink and juicy. And there you have it, fried noodles, quick and easy, but still yummy.